It's the NFL on EA Sports, and the question is, are you ready for some football? It's the Carolina Panthers and the Baltimore Ravens, and it's coming up next on Madden NFL 25.
Welcome to the historic Inner Harbor of Baltimore, Maryland. Just a stone's throw away, you find M&T Bank Stadium, the home of the Ravens. Thanks for having us in, Mike Tirico and Greg Olson, or should I say Dean Olson, because tight end U doesn't happen without you. And we've got a great matchup here. We've got two of the best at your position in the current game right now.
And Mike, when I came into the league, almost 20 years ago, there was a handful of really elite tight ends. But doesn't it just seem, especially over these last couple of years, every single team, at least the ones that make their mark and find themselves in the playoffs, compete for Super Bowls, have a legitimate #1 threat at the tight end position. It almost feels like if you don't have a tight end, your offense is missing a key piece. I know I'm biased, but at tight end U, man, we make no mistake about it. We think we are the most important position in football, and you're not going to convince me otherwise.
He'll get this up to the 28-yard line. Nice place for the drive to start. The Panthers now ready to get to work on offense for the first time, and they're led by Bryce Young, the #1 overall pick, Greg, out of Alabama back in 2023.
When he was taken as the first overall pick in the draft a couple years ago, Mike, certainly was not because of his physical stature. It was because of his mind. It was because of his processing ability. It was because of all the intangibles that they believed they saw in his days coming out of Alabama. Now, he's gotten some experience under his belt from a rookie year that had its ups and downs. He has all the talent in the world. Now he's got to go out and just capture it and make it happen. This defense wanted to come out early in this game and take the fight to the offense, and boy, did they ever set the tone on the very first play, keeping that carry to no gain.
The motion man is Sanders. On second down, Young. That into the hands of Hubbard.
There's a lot of ways to get the ball in the hands of your running backs, and it's not always by just handing it to them. In this case, it's a simple check down, picks up a good gain, brings up third down.
Start this one, 3rd and inches. He'll try to run for it with Hubbard. And he's going to have a Panthers first down. That'll be a pickup of about 5 as they convert on 3rd and inches.
I think everybody in the stadium saw that run coming, Mike, but good luck stopping it. All he really had to do was just fall forward, and it would be enough to pick up the first down.
On 1st and 10, here's Young. That's caught. It's the tight end, Sanders. They'll send him over to the left. To throw is Young. That's complete to ETN. It's a gain of 12 there. It's a Carolina first down.
Every once in a while, it just comes down to you need somebody in the huddle to just make a play, and there wasn't a whole lot fancy here. The quarterback just dumps the ball down, a quick underneath completion, and then really it's the yards after catch that did the rest, and that's what it takes. You're not always going to have the perfect play. You're not always going to dial up the perfect play against the perfect look. Sometimes players need to make plays, and that was a good one there. The speed and the get-off by the big interior defensive tackle, Mike. He got through there so fast, he almost took the handoff himself.
Last play went the wrong way. It sets up 2nd and long. It's 2nd down and 12. They'll go again with Hubbard. Running room hard to come by as he'll get ahead for a yard. Kyle Hamilton, the former Notre Dame star, able to make the play. Now they face 3rd down. Throwing is Young. And this ball incomplete on third down.
Timing and trust, critical elements of this quick passing game. If your target and the quarterback are not on the same page, it winds up being an incompletion and a wasted down.
On fourth down, on is Sam Martin to punt. The Ravens offense taking the field for the first time, led by their quarterback, league MVP in 2019 and 2023, Lamar Jackson.
I think we're seeing this so often now in the modern NFL is quarterbacks who can hurt you both improv as a scrambler and also with designed runs coming out of the huddle. So this is a tricky situation. Guys who can run with this kind of speed, you have to be very careful how you pass rush them. You're not just rushing to a spot. It's not just an X behind the center. You got to try to corral him and keep him in the pocket because when he escapes, big plays are to be had.
Under pressure, and down he goes. They got him.
The best thing they did here, Mike, is keep their rush lane integrity. What that means is you have to rush the quarterback as a unit. Keep him in the pocket. Keep him on that X. And when you do, man, he becomes a sitting duck for this pass rush.
One of the tight ends motions right. Jackson now on second down. Open man downfield. It's DeAndre Hopkins with the grab. A gain of 24 through the air. First down, Baltimore.
And this is what you can do when you have one of the best receivers in the game. You understand that even if the coverage is not perfect for the play call, sometimes it's just as simple as my guy is better than your guy, and we're going to just keep giving him a chance.
To operate from, here's second and inches. They'll motion over Flowers. First carry for one of the league's best workhorses, Derrick Henry. And he's going to get him a first down here across midfield and down to the 45.
Second down at these distances, Mike, you pretty much anticipate a pass, and I think that's what the defense was lined up thinking. In this case, they leave a little too much room on the ground, and the offense is able to pick up a first down.
It's the tight end Likely in motion. Off the play fake, Jackson. That's to the tight end, Kohler. And they'll get about half of what they needed. It's a pickup of 5 and sets up second and 5. Following the completion, we'll get a stoppage here for an injured player. Athletic training staff looking at him, so we'll step aside. Second and 5. They'll motion over Flowers. On the give, here's Henry. Only a couple on that one. It'll set up third down. Now, Jackson. He finds Likely, his tight end. And it looks like he's going to have the first down. What great work after the catch to extend the drive.
The most impressive thing about this drive, Mike, has really just been their efficiency. They've just continued to pick up first downs, fresh sets of downs. We just saw there with that third down conversion, continue to possess the ball. These opportunities to come away with points continue to go up.
And this takes him into the red zone. He's brought down inside the 20-yard line.
These are the chunk plays they thought they could get here against this pass defense. They thought the passing game favored their offense in this matchup, and I think we can expect this to be the case the rest of the game.
They're at the 17-yard line now for first and 10. Jackson now. That's caught right side. It's Hopkins. down and 5. Hopkins sent in motion. On play action, here's Jackson. Oh, got him again the second time with a sack on this opening drive.
That last sack is exactly why defensive coaches preach over and over. Just play the next down. Just continue to make them snap the ball again. You're one big defensive play from changing everything about this drive, and what once looked like a promising drive, following that sack, looks a little bit different now.
That's in the end zone and intercepted. Picked off by Michael Jackson.
So you find yourself entering the red zone. Mike, it's hard to not start envisioning scoring a touchdown. Well, that interception, it changes everything. This is a huge missed opportunity. You have to capitalize and find a way to hang 6 on the defense.
The visitors' offense ready to get going with their second possession. They'll search for the first points of this game as they begin the drive on 1st and 10. This drive begins with a run by Hubbard. He'll work his way ahead for a gain of about 4. The motion man is Sanders. Throwing on 2nd down, Young. They go sideline, and he stays in bounds. Got the feet down in time. It's a 1st down. That's 17 yards, and that's a 1st down.
On the sideline, not only to secure this catch, but to be able to toe tap and drag that 2nd foot. That's a big-time play by a big-time receiver.
So, not much to speak of in terms of scoring in that first quarter of play. 0-0 is the score. We'll be back in Baltimore after this. And 7. Here's Young. Gets it away quickly, and it's caught. And he's going to be dropped after a pickup of about 5. To throw, Young. They'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
You can't fault the quarterback on this one, Mike. He really didn't even have much of an opportunity. By the time he hit the top of his drop and got his eyes downfield, the defense was all over him, and he really had no choice but to just get that ball out of his hand and live to play another snap.
And a pretty good punt there. A fair catch taken right around the 11-yard line. The Ravens offense ready to see what they can do on their second possession. They'll begin with 1st down from their own 11. From the gun, Jackson. That one knocked away and incomplete.
I'm not sure there's any position on defense that's undergone as much of an evolution as the linebacker position. In the old days, they were the physical tone setters. They were the tacklers. But now, it's their ability to hold up in coverage, like you saw there, that allows you to keep those guys on the field for all 3 downs.
It's the tight end Likely in motion. Short pass taken in by the tight end. And a good one here. He'll be marked down up past the 25-yard line.
Not every pass has to be thrown downfield. You can rely on the run after catch, especially a big body like this tight end. Get the ball in his hands early and let him pick up the rest after the catch.
Bateman is the motion man. A first down throw for Jackson. This one complete to Bateman. And that keeps him ahead of schedule. That's a first down completion of 7 yards. Play action now. Jackson. That one knocked away. It is incomplete. Very good job defensively. Stayed right with him. And we'll bring up third down.
Just a great example of not only the anticipation, but the instincts to go break that pass up, Mike. You can see he's clearly looking at the quarterback's eyes. And once that ball was delivered, he's just attacking it and breaking it up.
And that call will not get it done. The defense ready, stopping him behind the line of scrimmage, and it sets up fourth down.
Trying to catch the defense off guard with this designed quarterback run. Doesn't go down for a sack, but either way, defense was ready for it, able to bring the quarterback down for a loss.
Jordan Stout to punt. This brought in out past the 20. And he'll be brought down. Short return. And they'll take over there. The visitors' offense back onto the field for their next possession. They'll start it here with a 1st and 10. Out of the shotgun, Young. Catch made there by Allen. And they'll get about 4 here as he is taken down. A second down throw for Young. To get this complete, it's Thielen over the middle. And it'll be a short pickup that's not enough for the first down. 3rd and a yard. The motion man is Sanders. From the gun here on 3rd down, it's Young. And it looks like he's going to have a first down. Nothing fancy there. Short completion, but it yields a fresh set of downs.
Really just comes down to everybody understanding the situation. You realize, how many yards do I need to get for the first down? And just make sure at least one of my receivers is past the sticks. That's where he went with the ball, and they were able to convert.
Young to throw on 1st down. That's to the right, caught by Sanders.
So the hope is, when you call these underneath drag routes, you're trying to have your tight end come out the backside of the defense in space. So when you put the ball on him early, it leads to big yards after the catch. In this case, they don't get the real big play they were hoping for, but they'll definitely take it.
The motion man is Sanders. On 2nd down, Young. And they're going to work this down inside the 45.
I'm not sure what was the more difficult aspect of the play. Winning his route versus man coverage, or catching this pass, because that quarterback, he put a little extra sauce on that one to get it there on time, and he's able to secure a really nice catch.
Receiver in motion, going right. Young to throw on 1st and 10. And he's not going to get too far, tackled after a gain of just a yard.
Really well done here by the defense, Mike, executing this zone defense, and they've got to be able to pattern read. You're not just going to drop back to a spot and just play like a robot. Based on what the receivers do off the line, the defenders have different rules of where their zones move to. Well, they had that one dialed in right from the jump, and they were able to stop that play really before it got started.
The 2nd down throw is incomplete.
I think he just rushed that decision just a little bit downfield. I mean, it's one thing to trust your guy to make a play in tight coverage, but I think if he was a little bit more patient in his progression, there was an easier throw out there that wouldn't make him have to throw such a tight window ball and put his receiver in a tight spot.
From the gun, it's Young. And on third down, that ball incomplete.
What did he tell us in our production meeting this week, Mike?
As they'll say no to the long field goal and hope to pin them deep. The Ravens offense ready to see what they can do with this next possession. They'll see if they can put something together here, beginning with 1st and 10. They'll motion over Flowers. Look wide, get this one complete, and he'll be taken down rather swiftly after a gain of just 3. And 7. It's a zone read, and Jackson's going to keep it. And he's going to have a Ravens first down as he gets this one up past the 30.
Sometimes, Mike, the best plan is also the simplest plan. And for this team, just snap the ball to your quarterback, let him find some daylight, and go get that first down himself.
Line of scrimmage is the 31 as they line up 1st and 10. Hopkins sent in motion. Jackson now to throw on 1st down. That is left side and caught by Flowers. That's his 3rd catch of this first half and good enough for a 1st down.
The thing that jumps out to me the most, Mike, is just how often the quarterback is able to throw the ball to his first read in the progression. So hats off to the play caller. Him and the quarterback seeing the game through the exact same set of eyes, and there is a lot of room to operate.
Now Lamar gonna hang on to it. And that's the way you want to run it on 1st down. A gain of 7.
Good decision by the quarterback. In this situation, all you're looking to do is have a positive play. He decides to pull it, and that's exactly what he's able to do.
2 minutes to play. Still searching for our first points of the half. 3 to go. Bateman is the motion man. On play action, he'll set up to throw. Flowers with the catch. And they bring him down, but not until they get inside the 30-yard line.
And this is where the speed of your inside receivers are so critical. He lines up in the right slot. But, Mike, look how far he covers to where he ended up receiving that ball. You can't have all day. Those defensive linemen, they are coming after your quarterback. So the speed in the slot is critical. That's a great example why.
And this takes him into the red zone. He's brought down inside the 20-yard line.
You find yourself in these 2-minute drills, Mike. They're pretty critical moments in the game. They go a long way to deciding the outcome. So it makes a lot of sense. You start looking for your top target, and he comes through for him there.
Hopkins sent in motion. To the tight end, Likely. And that keeps him ahead of schedule. That's a first down completion of 7 yards. 3. Again, it's Jackson. He'll try and set up the screen to Hill. And he gets to the outside and takes it in. Justice Hill. Touchdown, Baltimore. He's got it. And the Ravens will take a 7-0 lead. A little time. Final minute of this first half. We'll see if they can do anything with this kickoff that is coming their way. And they'll be set up well as he is past the 35-yard line. The visitors' offense going to see what they can do in the final minute of this first half. They'll be hoping to match that touchdown from a moment ago. 7-0 our score as this drive begins with a first down. Here's Young to throw. That's over the middle and intercepted. Picked off by Roquan Smith. And his offense is going to be all set up with a short field and a chance to extend their lead.
And this is going to go down as a pick, but it really was the pressure defensively that caused the interception. I mean, he was a little sloppy with his fundamentals, but I think it's as a result of the guy in his face led to that ball kind of sailing, inaccurate throw, and that's just really good team defense.
The home team's offense going to take over here in the final minute of this first half. They'll have a short field looking to build on the lead. On 1st and 10. Hopkins sent in motion. And he got rid of that one quickly before the receiver even knew what was going on. That's incomplete.
You know, it's hard to speculate, Mike. We sit up here and we try to just interpret and assume what's going on in the minds of the players and the minds of the coaches, but they seem to me to be a little bit rattled. All these negative plays have really started to pile up in the first half. He's got to settle down, have some more efficiency on these early downs, and get his offense into some sort of rhythm.
And that'll go for a gain of 7, and it's going to set up 3rd down. From the shotgun, here's Jackson. That's complete. He got it to Hopkins. And he's going to have the first down. It is a gain of 6. Good conversion on 3rd down. The Ravens now going to use their final timeout. It's over to their field goal unit. This will be a 46-yard attempt. This one is good. He knocks it through. And the Ravens will extend to a 10-0 lead.
So anytime an offense comes off the field after settling for 3, you always have to take the good with the bad. In order to get down there in field goal range, you had to do something positive to move the ball. But at the same time, how are we going to be able to finish these drives and convert for 6 the next time we get down there?
Now of this first half, as this one is away. From a yard deep, he's going to bring it out. And he's going to be taken down as time runs out on this first half of play. So we have a 10-point game here at halftime. As we'll get you down to Orlando now. That's where the coach is, Jonathan Coachman. Set to commence. And we're back underway here on EA Sports. Here comes Hill on the return. And he'll be brought down right around the 25-yard line. The Ravens offense and Lamar Jackson getting set to take over once more. And he has been a nightmare to scheme against throughout this one. This defense has been picked apart. That is borne out in those impressive numbers. He has been terrific all game long. 1st and 10. Jackson. Now a screen set up for Henry. And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on 1st down. Following the completion, we'll get a stoppage here for an injured player. And as the medical staff looks him over, we'll step aside. It's the tight end Likely in motion. 2nd down, Jackson. That's to the tight end, Kohler. And they'll whistle him down, but not before it picks up a 1st down after a gain of 7.
This play is actually really well defended here. But I'll tell you, Mike, as you know, my philosophy is the tight end is always open, and this just supports my case.
They'll motion over Flowers. On 1st and 10, Jackson. Open man, that's Bateman downfield. A pickup there of 28 yards.
Anytime you're playing zone defense and everybody's eyes are on the quarterback, it's really easy to lose sight of some of the receivers. That's exactly what happened here. He started all the way on the far side of the field and worked his way across. Found a soft spot in the zone, and quarterback's able to put it on him.
A fresh set of downs to work with. It is 1st down and 10. Jackson up top again. A throw here, right side, falls incomplete. DeAndre Hopkins was the intended target for that one. And it'll bring up 2nd down.
Well defended, really wide angle throws near the sideline sometimes can be very hard to defend, so give a lot of credit to this secondary. They were all on the same page, and the ball falls incomplete.
He runs with it.
And this is one of the cases, Mike, where defenders, they get their eyes in the wrong spot. They call it eye discipline. He catches them looking elsewhere. It allows him to get upfield and make this 3rd down a lot more manageable.
Here's a 3rd down and 4. They'll motion a tight end right. 3rd and short, Jackson. And he's got it to Flowers for the connection. 14 yards on that pass play there. Good for a Raven 1st down.
This is what every offense looks to do, Mike. They want to attack the middle of the field. That's the most valuable real estate in football. And oftentimes, that's where the chunk plays come. Give it to your receiver on the move and let them do the rest.
On the ground, they'll go with Hill. And he'll get 2 on this one before being taken down. Down and 8. From the gun, Jackson. That's hauled in at the 2. And the Ravens are going to be set up with a 1st and goal on a pass play that moves them down to the 1.
I love the way the ball's been moving around to different guys this drive, Mike. I mean, it really keeps the defense guessing and off balance. And now, this defense is going to have to figure out how to keep this offense out of the end zone because it's 1st and goal.
Jackson now. To the end zone there, but it is incomplete.
So instead of celebrating a touchdown, he's just heading back to his huddle trying to keep his head up as everyone kind of looks at him sideways. If that ball hits your hands at this level, you've just got to make the catch. That's what your quarterback's counting on. That's what your teammates are counting on. Frankly, that's what this entire stadium is counting on.
Jackson going to keep this one himself. And he will do it himself. He's in. Lamar Jackson. Touchdown, Ravens. That is 2nd touchdown of the afternoon.
You can just see the comfort, Mike, that this offense continues to play with. The early momentum in the 1st half has carried here after the break, and you can see this group just slowly starting to pull away.
And I'm thinking, Greg, about the guys on the other side. You're waiting at halftime, that other offense waiting to get back on the field. What happens? They come right out, extend the lead, and now the task gets a lot tougher for this 2nd half. Team is out on the field, and we're back to it as the kick's away. He fields it at the 8. He'll work his way across the 25-yard line. The Panthers offense trotting back out for their 1st involvement of this 2nd half. They trail this one 17-0 now. Really need to find some inspiration, some momentum on this drive as they'll begin here with 1st down. Young hands it to Hubbard. He's able to get away from one man, but the reinforcements were there fast. He's taken down for a loss on the play.
This is what every defense in the league is shooting for, Mike. Negative plays. That's how you kill drives. Force teams to play from behind the sticks. Great job here, taking them down for a loss.
They'll motion over Thielen. Throwing on second down, Young. This pass caught right side. It's Allen. And he'll be taken down all the way up past the 45.
Whatever they've talked about in the locker room at the halftime break seems to have worked. They've come out with a new established energy. You could see it when they took the field. Now this offense seems to be building on it because with that chunk play, just a little bit of rhythm that they can build off of. They got a long way to go to get back into this game, but so far off to a good start.
And the tackle's going to be made down at the 40-yard line.
Really nice job there to move the chains early in this drive, but now as they approach midfield, continue to keep your foot on the gas. Don't get conservative. Don't start sitting on the ball. Cross midfield and go. Anytime you find yourself on your opponent's side of the field, you have to be thinking points.
Now Hubbard. And he'll take this forward for about 3. It's second down. Out of the shotgun, Young. With the middle of the field, he's got Evans. And that's going to be a first down. A pickup of 9.
Not a whole lot complicated about this play, Mike. That was understanding where the holes of the defense were. Remember, in this zone coverage, you got to find green grass. Get past the first down marker, be friendly to the quarterback, and then the ball has to be out on time before those zone defenders can react to the receiver. It's exactly how it played out here. You can drop all the fancy plays you want, but when the quarterback and the receiver see it through the same set of eyes, it's virtually impossible to stop.
It's a pickup of 13 yards. It's good for a Panther first down. Here's Etienne. Receiver in motion, headed left. A second down throw for Young. A throw left side, but it's incomplete. He was seeking out the veteran Adam Thielen that time. And it'll be third down.
That's one he'd love to have back. An opportunity to score 6 was right there for the taking. Just wasn't quite meant to be.
From the gun here on third down, it's Young. And they're going to have enough to convert here. And it sets up first and goal.
What an impressive drive this has really been, and it's a combination of big plays and third down conversions. Now after that last third down pickup, it's first and goal. They got a chance to finish this really impressive drive and come away with 6.
The motion man here is Mitchell. They'll run with Hubbard. He slams it in there, and he is in. Chuba Hubbard. Touchdown, Panthers.
Well, after being shut out in the first half, it has to feel good for this offense, Mike, to just get on the board, get something going. But now the question we have to ask is there enough time to come all the way back?
Yeah, just some belief, right, Greg? Just let's watch these guys on the next few drives. Did that give them a little belief that they can stay in this game? Best way to start with that score. They'll line it up to kick the extra point. It's up and through. And the Panthers are back in this one. It's 17-7. Ready to go once more as the kick's away. Here comes Hill on the return. A good return as he takes it across the 30. The Ravens offense and their quarterback ready to go once more. And you get a look at the numbers, they don't even tell the whole story. This has been a tremendous performance to this point. They'll run here with Hill. And he'll move this ahead for about 4 yards. Christian Roseboom there on the tackle. They'll motion over Flowers. All run play. This is Hill. They'll put one of the tight ends in motion. Off the play fake, Jackson. And he does a nice job to avoid the initial wave. They're going to get him down behind the line.
We're starting to see in these passing situations, Mike, this defensive line is starting to have their way against this group up front because right now, their pass protection is breaking down, and this quarterback's paying the price for it.
Ravens bring their punt team out as he'll punt it away for the second time. A fair catch taken, and they're going to start right at their own 20-yard line. The Panthers offense and their back Chuba Hubbard set to come back on the field. The deficit is at 10, so an important drive forthcoming. Getting started with 1st and 10. A give up the middle, it's Hubbard. And he's going to be stopped in his tracks. He'll lose a couple of yards on that one. So, both teams trade touchdowns in that frame as we get through the end of the third quarter. Here's a 2nd and 12. In motion comes the tight end, Evans. On 2nd down, Young. Throwing right, it's taken in. And he's going to be marked down up around the 33.
Anytime you're facing a zone defense, you're working from your first progression all the way through. But when guys are open in this level, Mike, they don't stay open very long. So what they taught us as receivers, if you're open, stay open. And if you're not open, you better get open quick because that ball is coming out.
So it'll be 1st and 10. They'll scrimmage at the 33. The motion man here is Mitchell. On the give, it's Hubbard. And he tries to get back to the line of scrimmage, but will not happen here. He's going to lose a yard.
Just feels like this has been the story of the day for this offense. Just unable to get anything going on the ground. And a big reason they find themselves trailing and another loss of yards.
Looks like movement over there on the left side, and the flag is down. From the gun, it's Young. There's a short one caught by Sanders. They'll get maybe 3 out of that one, and it's going to set up 3rd down. Here's Young. They'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
So defensively, there's always the initial pass coverage plan, and then when that breaks down and the quarterback goes into scramble mode, how fast can you then move on to the second phase and what they call plaster, meaning find the nearest receiver and almost play him man-to-man, and it's exactly what they did here, and there was nowhere for the ball to go, and he's forced to just throw it away.
This one fielded out beyond the 25. And he's going to be brought down after a short return. And that's where his team will get possession of the football. The huddle coming up now for 1st and 10. His drive will start on the ground. And he finds a little bit of space. He'll take this forward for a gain of 4. fighting to get back to the line of scrimmage, but can't get there. Dropped for the loss of a yard.
You know, at this point, the defense has to sell out and stop the run. You know exactly what the offense is trying to get accomplished by keeping the ball on the ground. But now the question remains, are they willing to take some risk here and put the ball in the air on third down? Or do they play it safe and keep running the clock by keeping the ball on the ground?
Coming open, that's the tight end likely. And he is out of bounds all the way down at the 35-yard line. A big play there for Baltimore. And even 30 yards.
Everyone talks about all the physical qualities to play quarterback in the NFL, Mike, and of course that's a given, but it's really the cerebral approach to the game that separates the best from everybody else. And I think both of those things were on display there, as he did not only a great job of finding the vulnerabilities of the back end, but then once his guy was there, it was that arm talent that put the ball in the exact right spot to allow his guy to make the big play. Nice job by the defense. They had that one well read from the beginning, Mike. Someone's responsible for the running back, but the key here was the defender responsible for the quarterback. Stays with him, keeps him to a short gain.
Second down and 8. They'll motion over Flowers. Yeah! And they're gonna get this all the way down inside the 5. Here's a chance to put this game away. First down and goal. They'll try to run this one in. And he's going to be stopped just short of the goal line. Couldn't reach that ball across, setting up second and goal. Here's second and goal. Here's Hill. And that big offensive line, clearing space. He's in. Justice Hill. Touchdown, Baltimore. He had the touchdown catch earlier. This time he takes it in on the ground. Greg, that's one of those scores where it's not completely over, but it's getting to be about that time.
Yeah, Mike, I just think they're entering miracle stage right now, and I just don't think there's any coming back from this deficit.
An extra point attempt to follow. He's got it. And the Ravens up their lead. It's now 24-7. The kickoff team is out on the field. And we're back to it as the kick's away. This taken at the 5. And he'll work this one past the 25 to right about the 28-yard line. Here's the Carolina offense now as they head out to take over for their next possession. The deficit is 17, so they got to start cutting into it soon. See if it starts here. First and 10. Here's Young. It's complete to Evans. And they'll be set up now. Up past the 40 with that one.
It's been tough sledding for this offense all day today, Mike, but especially here in the second half. So they are just in desperate need of a spark. Just something to get their offense into a little bit of a rhythm if they want to have any chance to find themselves back into this game here late.
On first and 10, here's Young. And he can't hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. What a good job defensively to beat him just as the ball was arriving. And it'll be second down.
It's always a risky decision anytime a quarterback tries to force the ball, especially into those tightly contested areas. Not a lot of daylight, not a lot of room for error. In this case, it just falls simply as an incomplete. But as this game unfolds, better decisions are going to lead to better results.
And they bring him down, but not until he crosses midfield.
All right, Mike, so the way they teach these screenplays to the offensive linemen is you got to stop the defender's feet. You just don't want him to get a free, clean rush to the quarterback because you're so worried about getting out in front of the back. Make him start his rush over again before you slip out. Ball gets dumped right over the rusher's head. Bang, now you're in the open field.
Young to throw on first down. Off he goes. Can't beat those legs. 13-yard pickup. A scramble leads to a first down.
They got to do a better job of keeping the quarterback contained in the pocket all week, Mike, against mobile quarterbacks. You talk about rushing as a group. This time they get a little undisciplined with their rush lane integrity, and he makes them pay.
He's got his tight end, Sanders. And he'll get about 8 on that one, most of it coming after the catch. It's second down.
The drag route. We used to say this is day one install. Every single offense in the NFL has this sort of route, especially for the tight end position. And depending on the speed and the run after catch ability of the tight end, sometimes it can lead to some of the biggest gains.
And that's a first down. It will be a gain of 8.
Nothing a quarterback loves more, Mike, than being able to pick up a first down without being forced to push the ball downfield and force it past the line to gain. He settles for the underneath check down. He's confident that his receiver is going to pick up the rest after the catch.
And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes.
Certainly hasn't been their best game in terms of rushing the passer, but you find yourself with a lead here in the fourth quarter. No better time for that pass rush to come alive and see if they can close this game out.
Work to do now as they come up on second and long. They'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
This is one of those situations that plays directly into the hands of the defense because think, Mike, they know this offense has to be one-dimensional. This has to be a pass. So what do? They bring in extra defensive backs. They clog up the back end. And at the end of the day, there's just nowhere for the offense to go with the ball.
Throwing now on third and long. Now a screen set up for ETN. And he's going to be taken down. And that will take us. They do here. This is fourth and long. They'll go. Young. That's going to be caught. And he's going to have a Panthers first down. And it's a big letdown there defensively. Somehow they allow them to convert on fourth and long.
And find the open space.
To throw is Young. They'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
Nice example there, Mike, of the quarterback just being smart with the ball, understanding it didn't quite develop the way he had intended. Throw that ball out of harm's way, live to play another down.
So the ball's still at the 8-yard line for second down and goal. Back to throw, Young. A throw, left side, caught by Sanders. And he churns out some of the hard yards in this area of the field, working it to the 3-yard line. But what can they do on this one? It's third and goal. And he will take this one across into the end zone. Bryce Young, touchdown Carolina. Initially looking to throw it for the touchdown, couldn't find anything, so Greggy takes care of business himself, using his legs for the touchdown.
Well, it was clear early on, Mike, that this defense was expecting the pass, and after matching all the receivers in the end zone, this quarterback realized quickly it was his legs that he was going to need to rely on to get the ball across the goal line.
Now the try here for the point after. His kick is good. The Panthers back within 10. It's now 24-14. Down a couple of scores. We're going to get an onside kick.
This is tough. You're trying to give your guys a chance and time it just right, but you have to hit it hard enough. This time, it doesn't go 10 yards. Not going to work out.
This is Henry. And a strong first down run, a pickup of 9, setting up second and short. Working from the shotgun, he'll hand this one off. And he'll get past the marker. So he's got a first down on that gain of 5. Victory very much in sight now as they'll take a knee. It's a win here for the Ravens. They proved much the best in this one. Get a solid performance in all 3 phases of the game and ride that to victory. So that'll do it for us. For Greg Olson and our terrific team behind the scenes, I'm Mike Tirico. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. Follow us on X at EA Madden NFL. The Ravens are victorious as we say so long from Baltimore.